Hello and welcome to The Zach Brown Show, the show that introduces you to old friends for the first time. I'm your host, Zach Brown. This, as you can see, is a very short episode, but I still want to touch base and give you some life updates. So let's get to it. So like I was saying, just kidding. Wow, so my gosh, it has been a long time since we've done one of these. And man, it's great to be back. After a 2.5 year plus hiatus, I figured it was time to get the podcast machine back up and running. For those of you remaining on board, please scoot over and make room for new guests just joining us. And for those of you boarding, welcome. I'm glad you're here. So let's do a little recap, shall we? Previously on the show called My Life, I'd been working in an admin position for a veterinarian clinic, but also making content for a travelogue type YouTube channel. The time spent in that role garnered me new skills and lots of connections. After 3.5 years, my time in those roles came to, let's just say, an unforeseen stop. And as I got in the car, sat in the seat, put my hands in my lap, I asked myself that all too familiar question. All right, what now? There's a great scene from Field of Dreams when Ray Kinsella and Terrence Mann are discussing where man is in life. And Terrence goes on this frustrating rant. He's just going on about his frustrations with people and society. And Ray asks him, what do you want? Terrence goes on this list of all the things he doesn't want from community and just life. And Ray clarifies and indicates to the concession stand, no, what do you want? I think far too often in life, we spend a majority of the time complaining about what we don't want, rather than looking to the more simple and straightforward things that we actually want. Sometimes that answer is just as simple as a dog and a beer. So I changed the question I was asking myself. I went from what now to what do I want? I started making a list of all the things I knew how to do. Then I refined my list, the things I know how to do, but also the things that I enjoy doing, and found where those two overlap. It's kind of fun when you've been given a fresh start. It's almost as if you've been given a rule book and all the pages are blank. I looked at all the things I figured I was good at doing and thought, well, this is what I've been doing, but I was doing it for someone else. What if I continue to do these things, but do it for me? What if I keep more of the pie? Now, don't get me wrong. The last 3.5 years were a lot of fun. I mean, incredible. I got to go all over the country filming and doing live shows. It was amazing. It was an absolute adventure that I wouldn't trade for anything. But it's the story of the cobbler's shoes, right? When you spend all your time making someone else's dream come true or serving, projects and other things for everyone else, your own dream seems to kind of just float down the river and go unnoticed, uncared for. The unplanned 2-year hiatus of this podcast is a result of that. And I thank you for your patience. I finally decided that I was going to launch my own company, Zach Brown Creative Solutions. I make graphics, videos, and provide creative consulting for businesses and individuals. My goal is to partner with people to make their dreams a reality. I know that sounds a little cheesy, but hey, it's what I'm doing. So maybe you find yourself in a similar season of life. Maybe you've recently had to start over. Yeah, it can be absolutely terrifying, paralyzing even. But it can be incredibly liberating. Don't let yourself get stuck in the mud by focusing on all the things that annoy you and that you don't want. Run. Run towards the things that bring you joy and that fill your cup. Look for the things that resonate with who you are and the giftings within you. I can attest from my own experience, because that's all I have. All it takes is one moment, one conversation, one decision to take your world from that paralyzing gray despair to the glorious technicolor that is inspiration. And then just go for it. Now that I'm making my own rules, I plan to get back to putting out regular podcasts again. The same fun conversations you've grown to love with people you may or may not have ever heard of. But the stories and passions that they share, I promise they will resonate with some part of you and your story. So that's the update on where I've been for the last little while. I'll be back with another episode real soon. Thank you to you, my friend and listener, for being here. Your time is incredibly valuable, and I'm honored that you would spend it with me. If you enjoyed this show, and I hope you did, please tell a friend. And if you take just a moment to leave a review on your favorite streaming platform, I'd greatly appreciate it. That helps the show get to more people, and that makes the world a happier place. Or so I imagine.
The Zach Brown Show is produced by me, Zach Brown, and my friend, Corey Jess. Our album art is made by Luis Lopez. Our outro music is Nurse by Corey Jess. You can stream it now on Spotify or iTunes. You can also follow him on Instagram at corey.jess.productions. You can also follow our show on Facebook or Instagram at The Zach Brown Show.